James earns millions from internet marketing. Tim's got millions of questions. Welcome to Freedom Ocean. Now, jump on in.
James Schramko, welcome back to Freedom Ocean, my friend.
Welcome, Tim.
And listeners, welcome also to Australia's #1 internet marketing podcast, where we do our darndest to make this whole concept of internet marketing simple and profitable. Fair call, James?
Yeah, well, they're two things that I really like.
You do like those things. How are you, mate?
Very good, thank you.
Why?
Well, I've been missing our call. I've been looking forward to it, eager to press ahead.
We get a few people on our Facebook page and coming through via the email who are saying exactly the same thing. I think when you set an expectation like we did early on with the delivery of a weekly show, one has to meet that expectation, and it's been my fault, but we haven't always, we're not delivering necessarily weekly on the dot, but we'll do our best to.
Yeah, well, I'm ready to roll whenever you are.
I know you are, mate. I know you are. You are sitting there waiting patiently for the next episode, and I thank you for that. Unlike you, you've probably got many businesses that you're juggling. I too have many businesses that I'm juggling, and sometimes it's fine. It's about prioritising, and Freedom Ocean is certainly developing into a love, and one that we need to keep rolling, mate. We had great feedback from last show, episode 10, where we absolutely pulled apart a basic SEO starter pack, search engine optimization starter pack, and a couple of just really good insights coming from listeners, just saying, very, very grateful. They were articulating how I felt, which was, thanks for really explaining in depth what the component parts of an SEO starter pack are, because sometimes I think the industry loves to live in jargon.
Yeah, it's heavy in jargon, and I've been around it for 6 years, so I guess unless someone tells us, it's very hard to know which bits are confusing or not.
It really is, and I've got a question actually. Good, finally a question from Tim, but an additional question. On Fiverr.com, that little addictive site where you go and spend $5 and have people do all sorts of different things for you, there are lots of businesses offering 100 .edu links or 1,000.com backlinks. What's my question there? Are they worthwhile? Is it worth pursuing that on top of a more targeted SEO approach?
Well, I'm sure there will be some good quality suppliers on Fiverr. It will be hit and miss, though. Some of the forums that I frequent lament their wasted $5 on basically what a lot of these people are doing is just running spamming software in the background. It could even harm your site.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. There's
software out there that's widely used by people when they want to get fast links. But I just want to point this out. Here's a simple clarification. You do not need a lot of links to dominate with search engine results in most markets. You just need good quality, relevant links. So I can outrank a site that has a lot more links than I do if I get them from better quality places, more relevant, more theme relevant, more care taken with placing the link. Now, if you're in a hyper-competitive market, you're going to need a lot of links as well as good quality links.
Well, I must say, I did a little test. I'll come clean. I did spend $5 and I did buy 100 backlinks, and it did push a site. I've got a site that I developed for a family member who's selling their beach house. And the site was doing okay in rankings, although, no, it wasn't doing okay because it was kind of like I couldn't get it past page 4 or 5. I subsequently bought these backlinks, and the site's now ranking bottom of page 1, top of page 2 for the keyword. And I can only put it down to the fact that the backlinks gave it that kick.
It's more than likely that will have caused that.
It's a good feeling when you see that site surge in the rankings, isn't it?
Well, I've sort of put my finger on this some time ago. It's not the thing that I do like about Google. It's really like a praise machine. It will tell you if you've done a good job, and it will tell you if you've done a bad job because the results are there. Everyone can see it. So there's no messing about. If you do a good job, it shows you can type in your phrase and find your site ranking really well. And that's probably one of the things that attracted me to the whole SEO thing, is that it's a meritocracy.
A meritocracy?
Yeah, it's a system based on merit. You know, if you do a good job, you get the gold star, you get the page one listing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's certainly true. Now, James, in episode 2 and 3, we discussed 10 internet marketing business models. So for any listener that hasn't had a listen to those early shows, I really recommend they do, because there's fairly popular episodes where you basically lifted the lid on 10 different ways of exploring or becoming involved in internet marketing. And what we did say is over the course of coming episodes, we would explore each of those business models in depth. And we've done that with affiliate marketing. We've done that with product creation. And today we're going to do that with building communities, or otherwise known as membership models.
I think we did local business marketing as well.
We did. Local business marketing. I love that one. That's actually been very good to me over the last few weeks too, some of the learnings in that. So there's some meaty episodes in the back catalogue. And importantly, you know, the stuff that we're talking about, it's not time sensitive. You know, every now and then we may mention something that is time sensitive, but really the content here is not time sensitive. So if you are a new listener to the show, I'd really encourage you to go back and have a listen to those earlier shows, because it sets the scene for what's to come. So, James, building communities or membership models, what is that business model all about?
Well, people like to congregate in like-minded groups, and being a community owner, the common sort of format for this would be having a forum. And a forum is where you bring together people, and you can have free forums or paid forums. And the whole idea is that you create that central place where people engage on a continuing basis. Now, as a business owner, if you can create a community, and especially if you can control a community, it puts you in a great position of power to influence what people buy in particular, but also it allows you to keep your finger on the pulse with your market, because you have your best raving fans right there in the same place, exchanging value. And there are so many upsides to it in terms of a business. It's definitely saleable if you come up with a good name for this community. Mm-hmm. Some communities you might be aware of, like Facebook.
That's a big community.
Yep. LinkedIn is another community. So these things are highly valuable when done on a big scale.
Freedom Ocean's a community.
Freedom Ocean is a community.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, like Mark Zuckerberg is not making all of the content on Facebook. He's not sitting there doing all those billions of page impressions. It's the users creating the content and creating the experience. So there is quite an element of leverage in this, where you can actually have, it's sort of like a product that creates itself. And the main role of the community owner is to set up the community and manage the community. And you've seen, you know, Facebook got in trouble about privacy and this sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. I think one of the major areas to discuss when you're talking about building a community is, you know, what are the guidelines and the rules and your policies and stances on things. You really have to be like the judge and the strategic overview person who is going to steer this ship. It's like having a ship, and you have to keep it from running on the rocks. And it's a continual, it's like having kids, you know, you've got to continually be responsible for the community. So it's not something you can set up and forget about unless you want to put a layer of management in.
Mm. The forms that a community can take, James, and obviously a membership site, forums, are they the two major ones?
Well, yeah, social media platforms. When we say forum, I'm talking about where you can discuss things as a two-way chatter or a group involvement. Mm-hmm. You can have micro communities, like very small communities, which is what I set up when I run masterminds. I have a small community of, say, 8 or 10 people together in a little huddle where they can cross-communicate. And they're very powerful on a high-end business level because there's